Hey everyone, welcome to the show. My name's Tom.
Hey, I'm Travis. What's going on, everyone?
Hi. I'm unfortunately your Cody for the evening.
And I'm Mike.
All right, we got that all figured out. What's going on? What are we doing here?
Things and such. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Getting right to the point with
Mike's-
this episode. You know why? Because I don't know who it is. I got nothing to talk about.
No.
Been in the house.
How was your week, Tom?
Oh, thanks for asking. I went to go hang up a shirt in my closet, and the whole closet rack fell. So that's been sitting in the bottom of my closet because I can't go anywhere to replace it. I'm walking on what seems to be a thrift shop of bullshit that I own.
Tom, why don't you just walk down the road and look for a nail that fell out of someone's car? You could do two good deeds at once. You could save someone's tires and you fix your shelf.
Why are nails
That's a good idea, Travis.
coming off of cars in your reality? Do you think cars are put together with nails?
Why are ants so small and why do they look so weird? They should just be tiny little people.
You know, there's a crazy ant problem in this room. I think it's because I ate something in here, and there's just mad ants everywhere. There's one right here.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You are swarming in ants right now. This is
Kill that
terrible.
guy.
Yeah, it's a bug's life over there.
Yeah, what did you do? Just eat
mass
sugar?
murdering. Nah, I was just hanging out. They're like, this guy's cool.
Is mass murdering what you young people are calling eating fistfuls of Cheez-Its now?
Well, yeah. It was actually Cheez-Its.
I know.
So, Tom, you know what I'm going to be making? Not right now, but a little later. I'm making a little bit of sauerbraten. I know you guys are excited. I'm going to bag up some meat.
Travis, that sounds great. Cody, how was your week?
I don't know.
No, but it's German. It's got egg noodles and I'm going to serve with it and shit. Come on, dog.
Sounds amazing. I hope you get as many ants, if not double what Mike has.
No ants.
Come
Zero
on, Travis, ain't
ants.
that bad. Let's let him hang out on
No,
top of
I'm just going to have shrimp all over the floor.
Yeah, speaking of gross foods, I had enchiladas 2 weeks ago.
How's that
Not 2
gross?
weeks ago, 2 days ago. And that shit has been coming out of my armpits for the last 48 hours, and I don't know how to make it stop.
Was there a vegetable hidden in there? I know you don't eat a lot of vegetables, so you may have
There's
changed
fucking
your...
peppers and onions diced into that bitch, and it's been coming out of my armpits for the last 48 hours, and I'm trying to get it to stop.
It's all the legumes' fault. Too many legumes in
Not-
your enchilada.
It's not a gross smell, but it's just I want to turn the switch off eventually, and I hope I'm not stuck like this.
Yeah, welcome to your new smell, Cody McCann.
Yeah.
Yeah, get used to it.
So,
Whew.
look, we don't have weeks to report on.
That's not true. Everyone has weeks. We told it. You broke your closet. I'm making meat that's to marinate. Cody smells like legumes. And Mike is dealing with ants.
Ants in my
Mike's got
pants.
ants.
Tons of ants in my pants.
You know, I used to hate when you would ask us how our week was, and then we would go on forever about it, but now I kind of miss it.
Yeah, because we can't go on forever
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
true.
I used to never go on forever about it.
No, Cody, you would
it's
talk about how your dog ate something when you met a MILF, and then there's a lot of things you go on about.
No. It's you pop. I don't know how, but you surprise me every time when you ask us how my week was on a scheduled basis, and I have to make up something vaguely interesting, and it always makes me seem like the saddest thing. Case in point today, where I have the enchilada armpits. So it's just I'm somehow gonna have to fucking tirade into a podcast after this. So it's just
I gotta BuzzFeed the shit out of this nonsense. I gotta pretend that my words are important at the moment.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, BuzzFeed ripped us off. Fuck BuzzFeed.
yeah.
Fuck them. And
talk
also,
about that.
I was just thinking, I don't know, maybe our listeners want to tell us how their weeks are. So just do that on Twitter or something, or Instagram.
Don't we have a phone service still?
Oh, yeah, you could dial 631-837-3274.
Numbers.
Yeah, you could dial that. That's the
Give us
Heavy
a
Hole
ring.
hotline. But I don't know if you guys knew this, but I'm on this really stellar poppin' podcast right now called Heavy Hole. And
Yeah, that's fine.
downloads in the millions. I don't know what the hell we've been doing wrong on this one.
Well,
we've been
talk
talking about
dead
it weeks.
people's- Yeah, and
Yes.
dead people's anuses. And what anus
Oh,
is on our Chopman's rectal exam tonight?
I did the research. And the particular anus we're talking about tonight is that one of Yoshie Shiratori, a Japanese guy.
Oh boy.
cool.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Wait, Big Yoshi?
Big Yoshie, Yoshie Shiratori. We're going to be calling him Yoshi, just because that's what I assume his nickname would have been.
All the Japanese sluts out there calling him Yoshi.
Yeah, they like it.
Suck my
Yeah,
egg into your body, Yoshi.
What does the Yoshi say? Me want honeycombs, Mario.
That gave me an aneurysm. Please stop that. So, our subject tonight is Yoshie Shiratori, Yoshi for short. I only found a handful of resources on him, and only about half of those were in fucking English. So I'd like to shout out the most in-depth resource I came across, a guy in Hong Kong who goes by the handle Kento Bento. Now, go check out his Twitter and YouTube channel. He was the backbone of tonight's episode. So, thank you, sir.
I'm assuming the rest of these resources you found were in Spanish. You could have just reached out to me because I speak fluent Spanish.
Yeah.
You speak Portuguese,
Como
Tom. I
estas?
know they're similar.
Same
but,
thing. Same thing. I know this.
they're not.
I'm an authority on this. My girlfriend's going to kill me when she hears this.
Wait, Cody, are you telling the Roast Mortem fans that you learned Japanese in like 2 weeks?
No, I did not learn Japanese just for this guy.
Cody is on the top of the charts on Duolingo. You heard it here.
How's the charts
Wow.
on Duolingo?
He's got the
Oh,
most
the
ling knots.
leaderboards, you mean?
Nuggets or whatever. Hey, you guys remember that movie Phenomena with John Travolta where he learns
Yeah, I
Portuguese
do.
in like 30 minutes because his brain is smart? I learned it in 15 minutes.
Wasn't he only smart
that
because
bad.
like a fucking asteroid hit him or something?
Yeah, he got hit by lightning, which turned out to be a brain tumor.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right.
Mike, you've never seen that?
No, I've never seen
Phenomenon.
that masterpiece.
The only reason I remember that movie, sorry for the tangent, the only reason I remember it
No,
is
it's
because
good.
my dad had it on Laserdisc, and it was the first Laserdisc we
Oh.
owned. So getting up and ceremoniously flipping it, and then putting the second disc in and having to flip that. So, you have to take 3
Oh, wow.
breaks during the movie.
They have
Well, that's how movies should be enjoyed.
superior
pretty neat.
sound.
Check yourself.
All right, real quick, before we get into our boy Yoshi, I want to talk to you about the Meiji era, and that was Yoshi was born in the fucking tail end of the Meiji era.
Oh, cool.
And Meiji era is 1868 to 1912. And this entire fucking military time of turmoil and technological advancement was precipitated with the simple question, do we want to let the white boys in? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are we going to
They
hang
don't.
out with the white kids?
They don't want us in there because we will steal your hentai.
Steal hentai-san.
And we're taller than you, so we could steal the hentai
Thank
and then
you.
hold it up here.
Thank you for
Like,
front-loading the
"Can't get your
racism.
hentai."
Wow, I'm sure
Jeez,
all of our
Travis.
Japanese listeners will be very, very disappointed in us. Continue, Cody.
Yes. So, the long story short, the answer was yeet. Let's hang out with the white boys. And Japan invited the Western guys in. The rifle dethroned the katana as the war-making weapon. Samurais were okay boomered into extinction. Edo became Tokyo. All this, like, woo, like, crazy, like, modernization stuff happened that had a Western civilization as the catalyst.
Wait,
And
this is when Tom Cruise was alive?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I don't know about that.
He was a good samurai. He fucking knew what
He was
what
the
going
last.
on.
He was the last
He was the last
samurai.
of them, yeah.
Yeah, of course the last samurai is white.
Yeah. So, yeah, about that time, let's say, for fucking historical inaccuracy's sake. So at this time, Japanese folks are like having their first struggles with the quote unquote man at this time. So it's an interesting like first opening move of a chess game between like the Japanese individual and the quote unquote man. The man used to be like your fucking lord, in feudal Japan, the guy that lets you like, make like farm fucking radishes on his like yard. But now the
Yeah.
man is
Wait.
like some bureaucratic pencil dick that is telling you how to be in in a city you've never visited.
Some douche with a top hat.
The only thing I got out of that, Cody, is that we're talking Dragon Ball Z because you said radish.
Yes.
And
Yes.
We're talking Dragon Ball Z.
All the
tonight.
Saiyans are named after vegetables. Did you just notice that?
Yeah, dog.
All right. Fuck this. Moving on. Our boy Yoshi was born to July 31st, 1907 in Aomori, Japan, just 5 years before this restless turmoil of the Meiji era wraps up. Yoshi's parents were divorced when Yoshi was 3. Divorce was not typically the norm in Japan at this time, so already rough starting out for our boy Yoshi. Daddy Dearest dies a year later, and Mummy Dearest is overburdened with single mother lifestyle. And presumably Yoshi has no other family, as he was abandoned at the very young age of probably just north of 3 years old.
Oh, that's terrible.
Now, without parental influences, Yoshi is taken in by the wrong crowd. Yoshi turns into a life of crime throughout his childhood and teenage years. He begins consorting with lower-level organized criminals just to make ends meet, just to keep a roof over his head and ramen on his table.
That's not racist. That's just what they ate.
No.
Yeah, well, also, I love that part of the Super Mario World canon where Yoshi turns dark, starts smoking cigarettes. Like, he could steal your pack out of your pants because he'd be like, ah!
He's got the
To that
tongue.
tongue.
Like, lick it.
Like
That
good
prehensile
Yeah,
tongue.
instead of that cute little like slide whistle sound effect, it's just a smoker's cough. Like,
Yeah, when he flutter kicks.
oh, he sounds like Marge Simpson.
Yes. Organized criminal mischief aside, things were more or less all right for Yoshi at this time. Like, okay, he's getting ill-gotten money, but in the late 1920s, he manages to take a wife, and, those two together have a daughter.
Do you have to take a wife? Do you have to take a wife in Japan?
I guess.
I know they got those, like, weird salarymen that, like,
Yeah.
they buy,
Salaryman.
like,
Just grab one off
weird
the
things.
street.
Or I was going to say the vending machine. He's just like, oh. And one fateful day in 1933, his crew of miscreants gets into a spot of shit. And a civilian, unfortunately, dies in the process of an armed robbery attempt. The lot of them are apprehended, Yoshi included. Now, who would have guessed it, but the seedy underbelly of the Japanese organized crime scene was fucking unscrupulous. The gang saddled the fault of the civilian casualty on Yoshi. So they're like, hey, he did it. He's the guy that killed
Come on,
the guy.
he's on your
Wait,
team, man. He's one of your seedy brothers.
Yeah.
Wait, but Yoshimitsu, so this is his origin story.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, isn't this every episode we fucking do ever, Travis?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yoshimitsu?
We start at the beginning?
Yeah, what listeners don't know is that Roast Mortem is
Very
just a
accurate.
collection of Soul Calibur origin stories.
Yeah, Soul Calibur Tekken, dog. We'll
Got
do
it.
it all day, dog.
Yeah.
Every day, dog.
Which means we're a terrible podcast.
Stroud.
It's not great.
No, we're
Give us 5
we
stars
are-
anyway.
Yeah, we're part of the MLG, all 4 of us. And if you want to see high skills that could kill a ninja, or what's the guy's name?
Smash
Shroud.
that like.
Shroud.
Straub. If you want to kill
Show
Straub,
the fans.
then you should probably go subscribe here to learn your things.
And what's more, Yoshi's fellow gang members were like, Yoshi-san definitely killed that guy. And if he denies it, that just means you're not pistol whipping him with enough enthusiasm. Keep at it. He'll let you know he did it after a good working over.
All right.
Not always.
Yeah.
Wait, these are the policemen's doing it?
Yeah, the policemen's are not great at this time in Japan's penal history.
I always thought policemen's was the good guys.
No, not for this story, Travis.
Nah, dude. In every Japanese movie I've ever seen, the policemen are just arrogant. They run in, hut, hut, hut. They're little powers of access types of people.
So, after a long and bloody interrogation, a false confession was eventually beaten out of Yoshi. Yoshi was incarcerated in Amori prison for murder. And as Travis pointed out just previously, a 1930s Japanese prisoner was not great in as far as humane treatment went,
Or if they're innocent.
especially like murder convicts, even though it was falsely, and he is an honest to goodness like thief, so he was not treated very well in the penal system.
Yeah, but why should we treat thieves with any perks whatsoever? We call them red-handed.
No perks, but just basic human rights, sir. No?
No, that takes energy, resources. Just put them in a hole, feed them cockroaches.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, feed him, throw a radish down the hole every now and then, right?
I don't know, not a radish, but maybe a rat.
A rat that has eaten radishes previously.
A rat with a fondue kit.
we're talking about the penal system. What is going into the tip of his penis?
The penal system is the penitentiary system, Travis. I am sorry to dispel all of that, like, starry-eyed misinformation.
Oh. No.
Yes, penal means prison.
All right, Cody, why don't you paint as much
That's
of a picture
terrible.
here as you can, or just continue, or ignore what I'm saying. Just
I'm gonna do both
stop
because
paying
that's
attention
what
to
the
Travis.
fucking
That's
episode
really what
is.
I'm getting at.
Oh, okay. So our boy Yoshie was ritualistically beaten by his correctional officers, almost on some kind of fucking sadistic schedule. And so 1936, after 3 years of sponging up police brutality, Yoshie actually plots his escape from Aomori prison.
Has his wife been like hanging out with him the whole time? Like,
No one.
They shun you.
Here's the thing: when you get arrested in Japan, your family fucking hates you. It's like this weird stigma, like you dishonorable cunt, and they don't.
That's true.
They rarely visit you, and when you're out and reformed, they're kind of just like you need a new fucking futon to like sleep on.
Oh yeah.
They don't like it at all.
yeah. I mean, I get that though, because I hate criminals.
Yeah, but
it-
see, now they do it. Now a Japanese family, they do that to their kids when they get a B minus.
Yes.
Gotta stay on top of
Right,
it.
Cody? You got a little bit of that treatment.
Yeah, I got the Japanese, or not Japanese. I got the Asianese parent, and
Yeah, how many numbers of pi did you just, like, obsessively compulsive because you didn't want to dishonor your family learn?
I think I got to like 181.
See, normal people don't do that.
You're
No.
right. That's bullshit.
Healthy people don't do this shit.
Pi, just use the calculator. Because I think Travis and Cody, you guys always bring up how teachers lied to you and always say, oh, you never got a calculator on you. Didn't see smartphones coming. But every time you're expected to use pi, you will have a calculator on you because you're an architect. So memorizing those digits is the biggest waste of energy.
Yeah.
ever.
How many circles you fucking playing with where you need to remember more than 2 digits of
Yeah.
pi?
Yeah, 2 of them. It's my left nut and my right nut. Pi.
I think this might have been conspiracy that like people who brought in maybe over 40 or 50 digits of pi, they got put on an autism watch list.
Oh, yeah. Like your high school teacher just like flips it over to the sheriff like, you watch out for these guys.
Yeah, these guys are going to be downloading a lot of fucking Japanese hentai.
They're up to some shit. And when they walk into Spencer's to buy their first trench coat, just take them down there.
Wait, so Yoshi's dishonored and he's buying a trench coat?
No, he's not buying a trench coat. He's dishonored. His family kind of isn't in the picture, but that is Yoshi's end goal. You know what I mean? That, like, let's get the fuck out of like here and like be back with my family because penal system sucks dick. So
Yeah, penis.
yeah,
Suck dick.
it's his escape attempt from Aomori, and Yoshi learned there were a few prison guard shift changes throughout the day. Each would cause a 20-minute window in between the sweeping patrols. And notably, there was one at 5:30 a.m. before the mandatory inmate wake-up. So, the very next time Yoshi was sent to the prison bathhouse, yes, it's Japan, so like they're doing like the suds it up on like a stool and then dump the bucket of water over the head type of
So
bathing.
cute. It's so cute.
It really is. It confused me the first time I saw it in an anime.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the first anime I saw it in was Totoro, and I'm like, why is the whole family bathing together?
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't
Yeah.
want to take a bath with my dad. I don't
There
know.
you go.
If you don't want to take a bath with your dad, you're a bigot.
You're a bigot
I'm-
that needs
I'm
to be deplatformed.
Yeah. You need
I
to.
want all
Yeah,
of
I
our
was-
ninnies to take a bath with their dad right now. Don't explain it to him. Just shove him into the
don't
shower and start sudsing up with your old man.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Dad. I'm
Otherwise, you're a
doing this to be
racist bigot.
culturally sensitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't say it without a word.
And if you have a toilet, you're also a bigot. Shit in a hole in the ground.
Like the rest of us.
Yeah. Shit in the
No,
shit.
everyone should buy a bidet, though. I'm just saying. I mean, that's important.
That's a
French,
different.
we-
That's a different podcast.
Japanese love bidets.
That's for a French episode.
Yeah. Well, Japanese like them too, right? They have the ones that they have the toilets that lick your asshole clean.
It's weird.
You hit a button and it sings.
Yeah.
You hit a button, it starts singing like Britney Spears and it licks your butthole.
The tentacle button. So Yoshie would go to this bathhouse, and he would find one of those, the wooden buckets you see in the anime. And those wooden buckets usually have a length of wire that wrap around the outside edge, to reinforce it. So he took one of those wires, flattened one end of the wire, sharpened the other end of the wire, and then bingo bango, that's a wrench and pick lock picking set. The bare bones.
Prisoners are really creative.
Yes, Mike. So he made his own lock picking set, basic bones, but it would get the job done, at least for his prison cell. And he would work throughout the nights to make popping his prison lock with this smuggled wire second nature. He would practice it until it's got it.
I don't want my woman to pop that pussy. I want her to pop that prison lock.
Maybe that was part one of Yoshie popping his wife's pussy. So this lock is in my fucking way, so that's gotta go.
I hate this.
So he could easily defeat his fucking prison lock. The thing was, Yoshie had multiple security checkpoints to lockpick after his cell. And at the very most, he was only given a 20 scant minutes between the patrols. Before the guards would be like, oh shit, he's not in his cell, raise the alarm. Mm-hmm. Simply put, 20 minutes wasn't enough time. However, during the night before the jailbreak, he quietly pried loose the floorboards beneath his bedding and waited for 5:30 in the morning. After the 5:30 patrol passed, Yoshie picked the locks on his door and then used the loose floorboards to create a human silhouette underneath his comforter.
Nice.
So he's like,
yes. I thought you were going to say that he gave him Nintendo Switches, the guards, and Animal Crossing, so they'd be late for their
too
shift.
soon, Travis.
It's funny, I was also going to make a video game joke, but mine went something like this. I guess those security guards played a lot of Minecraft.
Yes.
As I'm sure that his silhouette looks pretty blocky.
Yeah, there you go.
Does that work? Is that a joke or what?
I got it. Yeah.
You're a regular Straub over here.
Yeah, look at this blocky man. He is fast asleep at 5:30, like a regular
don't
man.
Touch him. Don't poke him.
It's definitely a human.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Someone go boil an egg for this fart.
So, because it was before wake up, the incoming patrol just assumed the humanoid lump that was in the bedding was Yoshie sleeping. When in reality, Yoshie had probably finished lockpicking the final door of his escape and hoofing it the fuck out of there. After inmate wake up,
Nice.
Yoshi's floorboard decoy was discovered, but by the time the alarm was sounded, Yoshie was well beyond the search perimeter. So he's just like, he's out, he's gone. He's been gone for a while.
Nice.
Little Shawshank Redemption.
Very good, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you've seen that.
Oh man, have good taste.
He is.
That Andy Dufresne never said a word. Fucking love it.
He's bad at impressions, but he's got good taste.
Yeah, all right. And just like that, Yoshie Shiratori had methodically planned and executed his jailbreak, earning his freedom, and it was a glorious 72 hours. After his third day on the lam. What's that?
They caught that Yoshie?
Yeah. After his third day on the lam, he attempted to plunder a hospital's pharmacy. He sought to patch up the culmination of 3 years' worth of police brutality. But things went pear-shaped during the robbery attempt, and the police were called. Yoshie was caught red-handed, and during the detainment, officers figured out, oh, this guy's the one that, flew the coop from Amori.
Damn.
Fast guy.
Just so you know, this
again.
is a recurring theme of Yoshie's life, Mike. He's fucking aces at getting out of prison, but he does something really fucking dumb and gets sent right the fuck back. Yeah. So just imagine you're on the Monopoly board, you get out of jail, and then literally one dice roll later, it's go to jail.
I imagine him breaking out of a prison or something with a friend, and he's like, all right, Yoshie, we gotta lay low. And Yoshi's lighting a firework, okay.
Oops. Where did I even get this?
You guys ever seen Trailer Park Boys?
I've never heard of that show ever.
No, what is that one, Mike?
Oh no, you never seen it. All right, never mind.
No, I know it.
main
I'm just.
character.
Yeah, everyone knows
Yeah.
Trailer
They're always going to jail, you know?
Yes, but those guys are idiots and they stay in jail for their sentences.
I had just watched Naked Gun, 33
Yeah.
and a third, where he's
Good number.
where Lieutenant Frank Drebin is retired, and they get him to go back in. He breaks out of jail, and he's got the mannequin set up, and he's emptying all the dirt out of his pants. And when I was younger, I didn't know those were comedies. So that's what I thought Prisoners did.
I mean, yeah.
I see my thing when I was younger. I watched Ernest Goes to Jail, and I was like, okay, that's how prison works.
It's a good documentary, right, Travis?
Yeah, great documentary.
The fuckwit Yoshie is, he gets thrown back in jail. And then 1942 rolls around. Yoshie is transferred to Akita Prison of Akita City. And Akita Prison is just a little bit more rough and tumble. Your boy Yoshie had now been branded as a slippery escape artist, and so he incurred even more wrath from the correctional officers. A public example was made of Yoshie when he was beaten. He was like, look at this guy. He tried to escape. And then, they shove a boot, heel and touch his prostate with it.
All right, flash forwarding, history predicting he's going to be in that Magneto cell in X-Men.
Wow, very good, Travis. I mean,
is he?
Yeah, Travis.
Well, the Magneto cell is made out of plastic. He was put
in a plastic orb, and he's just sitting there like, I can get screwdrivers if I need them because I can up.
Well, it wasn't metal. Well, it wasn't metal. It was copper, not magnetic, though. So they threw him in a copper cell, and this was a cell designed to thwart your run-of-the-mill escape artist. Very narrow cell, but had very high ceilings. The walls were reinforced with smooth, anti-grippy copper. So the copper was there to so you couldn't get a finger hold anywhere.
So the whole thing has it's copper, but the top is copper as well.
Yes,
and it's a durable cell.
Very good, sir. You win. You win this episode.
Damn, I'm good. I'll see you guys later. I'm leaving.
Wait, did you just make a battery joke?
Yes, I did. I made a fucking battery joke, and it had nothing to do with a goddamn rabbit keeping the beat.
That rabbit's smarter than me. I can't keep a beat for shit.
Well, okay, hold on. There's some confusion going on here.
Don't talk shit about my rabbit.
Energizer is the pink rabbit with the drum.
Yeah.
Duracell is the fucking pink rabbit without the drum.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. I was making a battery joke, and it wasn't the easy one with the rabbit. It was the other brand with the copper top.
Tom went for the high-hanging fruits.
This is highbrow battery jokes. Come on, man.
Patreon.com/roastmortemcast.
When you ask the guy to fill up your car with premium because you just got, I don't know, you don't even know why you're doing it, those are the jokes he tells you, because that's highbrow comedy.
Yeah,
I love this.
Very true.
That's good to know.
Yeah, we're the premium in your comedy.
When that guy's taking that tuna off of your reel, right? He's getting that hook out of its mouth. These are the types of jokes.
You get jokes about the Energizer rabbit when the guy's trying to get a sea robin off that hook.
Yeah,
right.
I'm glad I was around for that joke. I feel blessed.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a life-changing moment.
You are
in my
blessed.
life.
You are blessed. Count them. Everyone count their blessings.
Count
all you
blessings.
listeners. I don't know what's going on with you, but
yeah.
I'm assuming a lot of you are poor, so
you're listening to a free podcast.
Okay, so for poor and also just for anyone, even if you're rich, you could be $1 million. You mentioned sea robins. Don't let those fuckers throw them back, because you can make a soup out of that shit. Make some fish stock.
Poison soup, yeah.
That was my tip of the day.
I'm pretty poor.
Me too.
Damn.
So,
Your boy Yoshie is in this fucking copper hell. No windows aside from the skylight on the very, very, very high ceiling, as previously mentioned. And even when... Yeah, I mean, air. Yeah, prisoners get air, Mike. So, even when imprisoned in this coppery hell, the guards refuse to uncuff him. It's just like, hey, you're an escape artist, so you have to wear these fucking cuffs.
Oh, that blows.
Yeah, and
should probably mad uncomfortable.
Prison, yeah, prison's mad uncomfortable, Mike.
Well, yeah, being in handcuffs, he's just trying to break out all the time. Like
handcuffs, you can't scratch anything. You can't scratch your nose.
Oh yeah, if you're behind the back cuffed and you can't
wipe your ass. Well, maybe you could. I don't know.
If you really want to go to prison, stay away from Asia. Go to Scandinavia.
Oh yeah, those are nice.
You get a 70-inch flat screen TV.
You get a fucking koi pond.
Gym, masseuse, koi pond.
Really?
Oh yeah, they have limited terms there on some of the most heinous crimes. That guy in Oslo who shot up that summer camp, he's getting out of jail in 22 years. That was his sentence was 22 years.
It's a long time.
Murder, right? He shot up a fucking summer camp.
Yeah, and also his time is like in this like basically better than my apartment.
The fucking sandals.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Those yes, progressive countries, I get it, but come on, dude, bring down the hammer a little bit. Don't be such bitches about it.
Yeah,
Fucking
that was pretty.
murder that guy with time. Make him sit in the, put him in the Duracell.
Time.
Yeah, put him right to the Duracell.
Isn't that their max time in Norway?
It's something like that. It's like 22 years, and it's like,
Yeah, that's
dude,
their max out. Yeah.
like I get it. You want to be humanitarian, and yeah, we have a lot of people in our prison. We have way too many people in our prison system.
Yeah.
But they have way too little people.
I guess it just means
that's pretty
shipping our
fucked.
prisoners to Norway.
Yeah, right.
Even it out.
I think a lot of our prisoners would love that. That'd be
All right,
nice.
let's
Plans?
continue. This is getting like weird and humanitarian.
Where'd the
bullshit.
political shit come from?
I don't know.
Yeah, right?
That's just lame.
I just
Yoshi-
had handcuffs on.
Dumb.
Hurt.
Your boy Yoshie had to endure further regimented beatings. Unless, of course, a correctional officer by the name of Kobayashi was on duty. For whatever reason, Kobayashi
shit.
would show mercy
We're-
and spare Yoshi from
Eating
beatings.
hot dogs?
Yeah, hot dog man. What a hot dog man's here.
Hot dog man, but
Two
Kobayashi
stomachs?
is a popular Japanese last name.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, so
yes,
he's
I'm
eating hot
amazed by that,
dogs,
man.
Kobayashi.
I'm hungry
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
right? He's eating hot dogs and Yoshi is shoving batteries in his anus. I am completely following what's going on with the story.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
me too.
So, if Yoshi wasn't going to stand for police brutality and Amori prison, he was certainly not going to fucking take the dialed up Akita brutality, the hard labor, the piss poor solitary confinement conditions. And so begins jailbreak attempt number 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yoshie does his usual trick of securing a bit of wire, probably not from the bathhouse because they were checking that now, but he still gets a bit of wire and he makes another fucking lock picking set from it. And Yoshi was capable of picking his own handcuffs lock, but not the cell door because they, upgraded that.
They just put it on the other side.
Yeah. I want a prison cell door with the lock on the inside. Wait. What could go wrong? Yeah, his prison cell was specifically designed to thwart average escape artists. With his cell door impregnable, Yoshi somehow did a fucking Spider-Man, and he was able to wedge himself into the corner of his cell and kind of hump his way to the roof. You know what I mean? Like using like the
Those
friction
hips.
of the corner to like kind of like all the way up to the top.
That's what happens when you take the prisoners out to IHOP, steal all that syrup, start
they just-
slipping yourself up the wall.
They just kind of sweat it after a certain time, and they're just
See,
just
I
like-
was just imagining him just coming on his palms for like a week.
Yeah, but then it gets crusty. It's like it loses its
Yeah.
texture. Like you could just go to IHOP once and grab one of those
Yeah.
syrup containers, and if you don't wash your hands for a week, you could basically, I don't know, be Spider-Man.
yep.
International House of Prisoner.
IHOP.
When I go to prison, I'll try that one out.
Tom,
me know.
enough with the conspiracies. Enough with the conspiracies.
I'm sorry, I'll have to shut up now and drink out of this fucking.
So he was able to climb these unclimbable walls all the way to the top where, the skylight was.
Free solo.
Now, the aforementioned skylight had, these sturdy-ass iron bars, but dumbass prison set those iron bars into a wooden frame that was directly exposed to the elements. So every night Yoshi would fucking Spider-Man up, grab the fucking, skylight bars and just, like, wrench on them.
Shake
Just
'em.
like, you know what I mean? Just
Taking
fucking
them apart.
just pull down on them with all of his weight. And then before like the next patrol came by, he would jump onto his bed from the roof and slap his cuffs on and was just like, "Oh, I wasn't doing shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't do anything.
I'm handcuffed. Look at me." So he would keep at that for fucking weeks until he would eventually like get the bars loose, but leave them in place as to not, draw suspicion onto himself. The one thing that was left in his way was, his prison cell is made of fucking copper, the roof included. So if he started walking on the roof, it would just sound like, a ferret in a fucking air duct. It would make a shitload of noise and everyone would be onto him.
Alerted.
Yes. So
Cody, you've heard
Yes.
a ferret in a air duct? What?
It's
Where have
horrible.
you been?
It's fucking
I feel like they're very
PetSmart.
light-footed. A polecat is renowned for its light-footedness, Cody. I think that was a terrible
polecat?
example. Polecats are small.
I don't know.
They're
What do you want me to
small.
say? A fucking Travis
A
in an air
Yoshie.
vent?
Cody, I'm taking your side on this. Travis, you need to shut up. Cody, I'll take your side on this. I would hear a ferret pretty much anywhere. Very funny that they put those iron bars in a wood frame.
It's stupid.
But what do you expect from a country that builds walls out of newspaper print?
Just walk right through them, man.
I was just like,
Sliding
oh, yeah,
walls.
well, you got a room over there. Let me just put a little sheet. Let's not even do a sheet. Paper.
It's recycling, Tom.
Let
Come
me
on.
put crate paper up between these two rooms.
You ever see them old
All
school
right.
Japanese houses? They got wooden shoes,
Yeah.
floors made with straw,
Yep.
fucking walls of paper. I mean, I think it's a cool look, but it's not exactly one to keep you in place.
Yeah, if
All
a
right.
big bad wolf blew on that house,
Yeah.
nope.
No, you can't use
down.
walls in Japan. You can only use social stigmas.
That works.
All right, we can move on, Cody, but just to let you
Are
know.
you done? Are you fucking
No,
done?
just to let you know, a ferret and a duck, I'm chalking that up as to a Travisism right now. You guys didn't call Cody out for it. I had to.
Because my shit makes sense. You say shit like the odd duck out. And
Yeah, well, a duck is odd. Dude, it's like an octopus. It's like you trip on an octopus.
This is certainly getting cut from the episode.
great. Okay.
All right, continue, Cody.
He's
So
got
now
the fucking
you have
skylight loose. Yeah, he's got the skylight loose. He doesn't want the
Okay.
noise to fucking, get the guards on his fucking case. So he does what, any patient Andy Dufresne would do, and he waits for the first thunderstorm to roll through.
Oh, smart boy.
Yep. So first thunderstorm, June 15th, he fucking Spider-Mans all the way up to the top, wrenches the shit off, and then makes his escape. Of course, the storm, swallows the sound of his footsteps on the roof. And Bob's the word, mom's your uncle. Yoshie successfully executes his second
sweet.
jailbreak.
I love
I
this
know
Yoshi
that.
guy.
Yoshie's a good guy. Except he's dumb. He's dumb as shit. We'll get into that, in the future. But
He's good at escaping from prison.
he's got
Yeah.
2 down. And this time, he stayed on the outside for more than 72 hours. Good for Yoshie.
And
No.
this is all,
Yoshi.
he's been in jail because he didn't murder someone, right? They put him back in jail because he didn't murder someone.
Yes.
Turns out you didn't murder that person. Well, back to jail for not telling us the truth.
Yeah.
Wait, you snuck
Still
out of the last
guilty.
one? You're going back to jail, dude.
Yeah.
Well, someone's got to be there.
There you go. Travis future predicting. After 3 months on the loose, Yoshie is scavenging just to scrape on by. Yoshie decides to enlist the help of a confidant. It absolutely wasn't a fucking genius move for the fugitive that Yoshie was to solicit the help of Officer Kobayashi, the guy that didn't beat the shit out of him in prison.
Oh.
So
That's
he
a
hot
literally,
dog.
yeah, he goes up to the fucking Kobayashi's home residence, knocks on his door, and was just like, "Hey man, can I use your toilet? Also, we need to talk."
Can I have a hot dog?
Yeah, you got any hot dog? Kobayashi did feed him lunch as they were talking. So I don't know if it was hot dogs.
That's nice.
It was
Probably
definitely
wasn't.
hot dogs.
Yeah.
So you go to the cop to be like, guess what, buddy? I'm out of jail. Help me.
Yes, that's
See
why.
See these feet? I don't have shoes on.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I need to take a shit. I'm not lying. He did need to take a shit. And
Yeah, why not go to a cop's house,
he's like, let's go to the cop's house that didn't beat me. Okay, that's fine if your choice was limited to cops you had to solicit, the one that didn't beat the shit out of you. But the fact that you're soliciting a cop as a fugitive
Yeah.
is the reason you're being roasted tonight, Yoshie Shiratori.
Right. It's like when you're in school and you're like late to class or hanging out in the hallway and that school security guard's like, "Hey, get to class, man. Don't make me tell you again." As opposed to the one who writes you up. And then you go to him after you graduate high school and you knock on his door and go, "Hey, man, you know where I can score some heroin? You're always cool to me."
Man, come on.
That's a great Americanism.
I see your point.
Yeah. Yoshie is soliciting the help of Officer Kobayashi. And Yoshie would pour his heart out to Officer Kobayashi. And he would, reveal to his merciful corrections officer, he's like, "Hey, man, I escaped because I got the shit beaten out of me. I wasn't trying to skimp out on my jail sentence of, a life term that wasn't, life terms aren't for life usually in Japan. Like when you have a life term, that's usually like 30-ish years. So he's like, I wasn't trying to skimp out on my sentence. I was trying to skimp out on the fucking daily beatdowns, which were horseshit. And Kobayashi was like, oh, yeah, I hear you. It's fucking rough. It's kind of why I didn't beat the shit out of you.
Mm-hmm. He was understanding.
He was definitely understanding. And if he wasn't an officer, Kobayashi would be a good shoulder to cry on.
Well, no one wants to be that.
No.
Yeah, right.
So he still told on him though. He told on Yoshie.
While Yoshie was taking a shit, Kobayashi called the guards and had him fucking arrested.
What dick?
Foul.
I mean,
That's
he's
so
he's a
foul.
sworn officer, and on top of all that, he's a sworn Japanese police officer.
Yeah, but you don't call the
those
cops.
guys don't
Super
play
strict.
loose.
You don't call the cops on someone while they're taking a poop. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah, that's a
Dude, it was
perfect
what
time.
it is.
Just this
Pinching a loaf. You call the cops on him. He's been
No.
scavenging, Travis. He's been scavenging in the streets for 3 months. He's like, can I use your toilet? I'm calling the cops on that guy, regardless if he's a murderer or not.
No, see, the reason why you
see
don't
him at
do
work
that is
sometimes,
because the reason why you don't do that is because if you're in a horror movie, the guy pooping, that's already passe. He's gonna live. The one calling the cops, he's gonna die.
Are you telling people a shit to save their life if they're ever in a horror situation?
Yeah,
How do you know when
yeah.
you're in a horror situation?
your phone falls into a lake while you're camping.
Yeah, everyone's phones stop working in the middle of like a camping trip.
And
That
there's a creepy old man who goes,
Yeah.
"We're having really nice weather around here. Maybe you guys are you guys gonna go down to a camp and have a good time?"
He's be like, nope, I got to go poop for the next 84 hours, and then your life will be saved.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Watch out where you poop. We got a scary monster looking for how people poop, and they take the big diarrhea boys and scrape their innards out.
It's like, works for me. I don't have toilet paper. So there you have it. Yoshie back in fucking jail for the 3rd time. And since he had proven he can easily escape from Aomori and Akita prison, in 1943, Yoshie was transferred to Abashiri prison. So far, only prisons that start with the letter A. Weird.
Are we at war right now?
Oh, we're in the fucking thick of it, man. And when you say we, you mean the back-to-back world champion allies, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's us.
Yes, we are at war right now. And Abashiri is in Hokkaido, and if you don't know, I'm assuming you don't know, that is the northernmost prison in Japan. And when you get north in Japan, shit gets a little fucking chilly. You get some pointy nips up in northern Japan, believe it or not.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
some diamond
yeah.
cutters.
I was
Diamond
gonna say
cutting
it.
nips. Yeah.
I follow this seal on Twitter that's from northern Japan, so I know it's cold. There's snow
It's-
always on this seal.
Yeah.
A seal.
Was that English?
Chafe nips.
Yeah, chafe nips. You got the balls that just scurry up into your fucking body.
Hey, what happens?
Yep. So it's fucking super chilly. On top of all this, Abashiri has got some interesting geography. Should an inmate escape the prison, there is slim pickings as far as escape routes. To the north, you got a fucking frigid ocean that just fucking goes nowhere. To the south, you got this windswept, bear-infested Hidaka mountain chain. An inmate could hoof it west or east along the coastline, but at that point, the avenues of escape were so narrow, a fugitive would just be intercepted by like a search party.
A bunch of
Like
children
prison-
playing rock games.
Trading
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah, spinning tops.
Don't go too far east now. You'll end up in China, and then you'll wish you were in prison.
Well, there you go. They'll take your organs, man. So, because you can only go east or west on the coasts, the prison would just send 2 search parties, and then, unless you like found a decent hiding place, they just bring you right back in.
Like
hard to
under a beached
hide.
whale.
Yeah, hard to fucking hide on a beach unless you're underneath a decomposing whale, as Travis says.
No one ever checks those.
Yeah,
No, they're
one's
like,
gonna
ew,
know.
that shit stanky.
That's why you hide under it, like you're Lucas Skywalker.
Like an
And you're in
automaton,
Hoth.
Hoth is
It
a
is.
dumb planet.
It's a bad name.
It's a bad name. It's just cold.
Yeah.
It's like that's its gimmick.
Not much to do, really.
Why was anyone at Hoth?
Doing something, and
Are they on the lam or
fucking-
something?
Fracking. I don't know.
They had
Fracking,
like
there you
whole
go.
they had like whole rebellion stations there and stuff.
Yeah, and they got abominable snowmans in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So anyway, Star Wars is really dumb. So let's continue.
Yeah, so geography bad for escape, even before we see what like the confinement situation's about. And by the way, Abashiri, perfect track record. No escapees. No prison breaks ever.
Oh, wow.
So
So, like, you're telling me they could have sent, like, a TLC show and, like, no one's ever escaped this shit. Here's a man that loves to lick shells, and he knows how to escape.
he does. So, and on top of being chilly as fuck, the cruel ass prison administration could, as an incentive thing, like withhold heat from inmates. So, like, if a warden was just like, if a warden said jump and you didn't jump, you'd be like, oh, your fucking radiator's not working for the winter, for the year. You know, he's like, oh,
Great.
shit.
It's terrible.
Heck,
Yeah.
keep them in check, dude.
Yeah, that's kind of how they were doing it. And you bet your ass, Yoshie, a murder convict with a history of escaping and robbery, was not supplied adequate heat. Yoshie would frequently complain that his daily miso soup would freeze over mid-supper. So just imagine having a soup and it turns in, and it undergoes a phase change in the middle of a meal. It's just like,
That
well,
is the worst popsicle ever. Miso flavored.
salt.
Yeah.
Who wants that? Nobody. I'll give you a big old nobody. I'd rather have a soy sauce popsicle stick than a miso popsicle stick, because at least I won't get breast for eating too many of them.
And what's worse is that Yoshi's cell had a small, open but barred up window, which let the freezing air in.
Oh,
Do
nice.
you think they did
prison-
that on purpose?
Yes, they
okay.
must have. Like,
Well,
there's
fresh
probably
air,
no
yeah.
official document saying do it, but like, you know, the warden and correctional officers were probably just like, yeah, they don't deserve heat. Fuck them.
This used to be a
But they-
panda prison.
I was saying, think about their heating bill when they do turn the heat on if the window's always open. Idiots.
I saw the prison type radiator that they used, and it was pretty much just like a horizontal chimney. And they would just like throw newspaper in one end and light it and be like, God, enjoy everyone the heat. And it's like 24 cells had to be like warmed this way. It's just like they're not
Jeez.
feeling any of that, man.
Not sounding like a good time.
Yeah, and on top of that, Yoshi's prison uniform was, you know, paper thin to the cold. It just didn't do anything.
Did they give him a parka?
They did not. They didn't give him parka. Think of you know how drafty like those paper gowns are when you go in for your doctor's visits, Travis.
Well, that's so your anus is always aware that there's going to be a doctor near you.
What?
What? Yeah.
That's why
I don't
they
know.
give you those gowns.
That's true.
For
Because
easy
they're like,
access?
guess what? Guess what? You're not as smart as the doctor. Your butt's out.
Oh, so it's a power trip thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't think about it. though.
Only people with degrees can have their butts concealed in my office.
Yep.
Once again, it's just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, we're Japanese, very efficient, making clothes out of the same thing they make walls out of. Americans can't do that because we use sheetrock, wood, stucco, brick.
What, to make clothes?
No,
Yeah,
to make
stucco.
walls. You can't do clothes with any of those things.
Tom,
But
you've never
Japanese are
seen
like paper.
Tom, you've
Right here,
never
wait.
seen me wear my asbestos puff jacket, have you?
I've
No, I
worn
haven't.
sheetrock a couple of times.
I haven't either.
I've seen you rock sheetrock, but it doesn't
Put some
follow the
sheetrock
whole
pants
night.
on. They're a little stiff.
Chafes the scrot. And just so you know, the ritualistic beatings of the previous prisons were child's play when it came to the standard issue Abashiri smackdowns. One day after enduring such a flogging, Yoshie faced his tormentors, and the resulting scene played out almost out of an action anime. Yoshie swore to his abusive guards that there was nothing they could do to prevent his eventual escape, And in a Super Saiyan display of strength, Yoshie tore the chain handcuffs off of his wrist in a display of defiance. So it was just
Nice.
Super Saiyan.
fuck you guys. And he fucking did that chink and broke. I said chink during a fucking podcast with a Japanese subject.
But you're Asian,
And he
so
would just,
I'm leaving it in.
there you go,
Yeah.
whatever. I didn't.
Did his hair
Yeah.
turn blonde?
No, his hair did not turn blonde, but like I'm getting this vibe of like, oh, he had a fucking super cool guy moment there and broke his handcuffs. Now, before you call BS, I would like to posit a question to our very own Mr. Travis Lee, solely because I know he's full aware of the answer. Travis,
It's
what is
because
the state
my last name is Lee, and I
No.
get it. Ha ha ha. That's funny.
No, because I just know you know the answer to this question because we talked about it before. What is the state of Japan's metallurgy at this point in time?
What's in the 40s?
Just
I mean-
what is the state of Japan's metalworking skills?
I mean, I'm sure it's fine in the 40s.
You bastard! You're supposed to say it's garbage because that's what it is.
No, okay, it's still garbage. Yeah, Japanese people or Japan, they're metal and they're iron and shit.
It's not great.
It's full of slag and it's just like
Yeah.
terrible. So when you see like those katanas that are like super sharp, what they've done is they just have such shit metal that they fold it like a billion times, which is amazing. It's an amazing process, but it's because you have shit metal, not because like this is the best anime saber I can acquire.
Yes, very good.
Are you talking shit about katanas, Travis?
Yes.
So if
Yeah.
you're not making weaponry, then it's kind of like, you know,
Well, it's even
like
shit for
my
weaponry.
NutriBullet kind of sucks. I'll be honest.
Yeah, in The Simpsons, Moe like Sislak has like a funny saying where it's like, "Oh, that thing fell apart like a Chinese motorcycle." I'm like, yeah, there's, because they're both Asian, just substitute.
I'm sure
Japan.
China. I'm sure
There you
China had some good.
It's all right, man.
I
You
don't
said
know.
it, not me.
There you go. Whatever.
Yeah, we get it.
Maybe our listeners have figured out by now that all these racist jokes, I'm actually just texting to Cody to say.
Yes,
Because
Tom
I've
is
been dying to say racist stuff, but I
the
just can't.
Tom is the hand up my sock puppet's ass right now. So Japan doesn't have great metal. It's not their fault. They're doing the best they can with it. And sure enough, you bet your ass, handcuffs, government issued, made by the lowest bidder, could definitely have a fucking weak link amongst a chain if there's like, 8 links into a shackle. So Yoshie could reasonably gamble like, these handcuffs are pieces of shit and broke them in front of the guards in a super cool guy moment.
Yeah, or he
Damn.
just went Super Saiyan. Will you just say that?
You want
Or
dessert.
he just went Super Saiyan. Very good. So,
Tom, you look disgusted.
fucking super cool guy moment for our boy Yoshie, but moronic as all fucking shit, as he firsthand demonstrated to the guards that he was required to have custom restraints. He should have broken the cuffs unsupervised during his next prison attempt, but he's fucking dumb.
Hey, these things happen.
Yep. The custom restraints featured a single steel cable as opposed to the multiple potentially defective links. Also aware of Yoshi's lockpicking prowess, these non-fuzzy handcuffs had no keyhole for Yoshie to exploit.
Wait, he wasn't wearing kinky fuzzy handcuffs?
Oh, wow. No, he was not wearing fuzzy
Oh,
handcuffs.
that's a
What
shame.
kind of handcuffs were they if there was no keyhole?
They had to be literally disassembled off of them every time he wanted to take a bath. And it took 2 hours, and it needed well-equipped expert blacksmiths. So it was...
So he's like welded this shit on your arm?
They kind of welded the shit tight on him because
That's
they didn't
crazy.
want him out. Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Wow.
I've never
Yeah.
heard of that.
So,
Probably hurt.
yeah, they were not meant to be comfortable. And Yoshie once complained that the process left him cut, which got infected with maggots. Oh. Yeah, so not
Extra
pleasant.
protein.
Freak me
though.
the fuck out.
Yeah, not a fucking pleasant thing.
I hate bugs. Ugh.
So that's what he gets for flaunting his handcuff breaking abilities. He's like, these won't hold me. And he's like, well, we have very unsavory methods as an alternative, Yoshie, you idiot. And while these guards were exercising their due diligence with his restraints, the prison administration fabricated a virtually escape-proof cell, explicitly for our boy Yoshie Shiratori. Entirely
Wait,
steel.
hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cody. He's also in jail. He didn't kill anyone.
No.
Right?
But he got a fucking. He is a criminal. He is a fucking, robber. He committed robberies.
All right.
He got a false confession
Still.
beaten out of his face, and he did escape from 2 prisons earlier, and he did steal from a hospital.
Okay.
So that's kind of why he's in prison. Like, the murder charge is bupkis, but that was a false confession that, the shitty fucking penal system is counting as a real one.
We should make some free Yoshi shirts.
Yeah.
Free Yoshi.
Fuck,
And,
man.
just
And it's
put
got
him in
big Yoshi on it.
put him in an egg, a green spotted egg.
He's in egg prison. Help!
Ah!
New fancy escape-proof room for our boy Yoshi. So it was entirely steel-plated, no more, exploiting wood rot. And the ration slot, the viewport, and the single window were all customized to be smaller than Yoshi's shoulder frame. So just like...
Oh my god.
I thought you were going to
measure
say
his shoulders.
the food slot was like welded on each time.
Oh, yeah, that'd be... that.
You really don't need to make a food slot any wider than the diameter of a hot dog.
Or he was getting
just
fucking
like-
soup.
Slide in
He
food
was
because,
getting
yes,
soup.
you can put like a hot dog.
You gotta
That
dunk
is
the hot dog
that's
in
Fridays. Okay, you get a hot dog on Friday
Yep.
because they don't have Lent there. But you can just shove a lot of rice in there, and like
You can slide
fish
soup
paste.
under the door.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's fine. He'll live. Just give him a little baby hole. Why was it smaller than his
Put a
shoulders?
rice,
Make it
yep.
smaller than his cock. One rice at a time. Open up, you fucking weirdo.
So each of the openings of his cell smaller than his shoulder frame and barred up tight. You all right, Chief? You okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
And just as a final fuck you with a cherry on top, Yoshi's rations were already slashed in half of what a average inmate was getting.
2 rice.
This was two A rices.
2 rice.
This poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
As
bad
you're
for
laughing
this
your
guy.
head off.
We're making jokes here. This is like the Anne Frank of Japan.
A fucking trampling of human rights, my friend.
Yeah.
I can't stop giggling
Mike is having a field day.
as he's laughing. Yeah.
Nervous reaction. This is gripping the edge of his seat. What's going to happen to Yoshi? Oh, no. He's okay. Hope he's all right.
Wait, did Ryoshi write a diary? Did he stay in the attic?
Squee squee.
All right, Travis, we get it.
Crossing the
What? I
line.
can't
man.
make an Anne Frank joke. What's wrong?
Only
No.
one Anne Frank
The
joke.
Japanese trampling of human rights. That's a
Yeah,
joke.
but I just drew the Anne Frank card from Cards Against Humanity, and that one always wins.
All right, from here on out, we're going to play a drinking game with Roast Mortem. If you're driving a car and you hear one of us say something that you heard in Cards Against Humanity, just drive it into the next baby you see. And then we'll see what depraved humor is. Because that's not even funny. That's how funny it is.
Look for the baby on board sticker.
Yeah, find one of those and ram it off the road and say, fuck you, Cards Against Humanity. Tom from Roast Mortem Cast, a very influential man with a successful podcast called Heavy Hole, told me to do it.
Yeah, all in Minecraft. Told you to do it in Minecraft. This brutality went on for months. Yoshi had to endure the dead of winter and the still frigid early Hokkaido spring. The brutal cold had forced Yoshi's hand. Like fuck, he was going to endure another winter like that. And so in the months leading up to August 1944, Yoshi would split his already meager miso soup rations, saving some to spit on his doorframe's viewport and on his shackles. Turns out the salt content of prison miso soup really good at rusting shit.
Wow.
He's a pretty bright guy.
It just took fucking forever.
Yeah.
But with unparalleled patience, Yoshi managed to rush through his shackles and pluck a screw from his viewport's doorframe. And he used the edge of that screw to loosen up everything else. So he kind of like waited until one was, jiggling around, pulled it out, and used it as a makeshift screwdriver for the other screws. He's a genius. And sometime in mid-August, again picking August, Yoshi attempted what would be his third jailbreak.
That's cool.
He shed his compromised shackles and yoinked the bars out of the viewport he'd been rusting and unscrewing for months. However, as previously mentioned, the viewport opening was specifically designed to be smaller than Yoshi's shoulder frame.
You break his shoulders?
Yeah.
Yoshi dislocated his left shoulder and fucking slithered through his prison door.
What a boy!
Like some kind of Eugene Victor
right.
Toombs.
Man, this guy, straight Eugene Victor Toombs. This is amazing shit. This guy is absolutely dedicated, genius maneuvering. Imagine if the Japanese just let him live. Like, we would have electric cars right now.
Yeah!
Slippery electric cars that could go through doors and climb up walls.
When I say right now, I mean right now in the point in history, 1944.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
We have electric cars now. I'm saying that would have gotten a lot faster.
It would have catalyzed the process.
Also,
People in 1944 would have been like, Bernie, bro, let's do it.
Harry Houdini, you can suck on Yoshi's giant dong. Because this boy could break a handcuff if he likes soup. He uses soup to get out of jail. What did Harry Houdini do? Harry Houdini just was like, I don't know, I went in this water and then, oh no, don't punch me in the stomach.
Punch. Dead.
Yeah, this guy's a soup spitting master.
Especially behind you to get to your hands, your handcuffs. That's pretty hard.
Yeah. I like how Travis's takeaway was he's really good at spitting soup. Not that he's a fucking genius escapologist. It's just like, man, if the devil, like, challenged you for your soul with a soup spitting contest, Yoshi would win.
I'm just saying, spitting soup's hard because it's hot. You got
Especially behind you to get to your hands, your handcuffs. That's pretty hard.
Just to be less of an asshole with, like, the super restraints, he was cuffed in front of him for this time. That's why he was able to spit.
Oh, he didn't have
down.
to fountain over?
No, he didn't have to trick shot it.
Shot.
Yeah, because I've gotten really good at spitting on my own ass, but a lot of people can't do that.
So once he fucking Victor Eugene Toombs through his fucking door, Yoshi found a neglected skylight and then just climbed right up out of that. Now, in his previous attempt, he had to wait for a thunderstorm to fucking run across the roof so he didn't sound like a ferret in an air vent. I'm still using it, Travis. Fuck you.
Nah, dog.
Now, Hokkaido is fucking chilly, so the storms are just snowy, not thundery. So shit no thunderstorm was gonna roll around for Yoshi this time. So unfortunately, his footsteps on the roof did alert the guards, and the guards immediately checked his inescapable cell. And just as a honorable fuck you towards his captors, Yoshie, before escaping, neatly made his bed, folded his prison uniforms, and left his cuffs in a nice pile just to be like fuck you, I'm out.
Nice.
So
I'm surprised, the last time he made that Minecraft man for himself, but I'm surprised he didn't, save his fecal matter and make a shit person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Constantly hiding pounds and pounds of human waste.
Wasn't
What's
eating
that
soup.
smell?
Yoshi.
I'm cooking Brussels sprouts. Where'd you get those? I grow them.
In my
Well, also, it smells really cold. Remember that time, Tom, we stayed over our friend's house and I found that turd? Oh, I pooped outside in the cold and I was using the poop like a hockey puck the next day.
I remember that. And then I remember seeing the biggest turd in the wild I ever saw. I was in Indiana on tour. It was
Wow.
January 2nd. I remember waking up. We went to this parking lot after this hotel we were staying in, and I saw this log. And I thought it was a Duralog, but it was actually,
Wow.
I think it was a moose crap,
Oh, wow.
but it was in Indiana. And it was just this thing. We were like, we had to poke it. We're boys at the time. I was a young man.
of course, you had to.
I'm
I'd be
experimenting.
disappointed if you didn't.
Yeah, so I'm poking it, Start kicking that around the parking lot for a bit. Good
Good,
laughs.
good fun.
Good laughs for 19-year-old boys.
Days of entertainment.
I bet that's what Yoshi did in his cell all those days before he escaped. He's just pooping and kicking it around.
Kicking it around. Yeah.
Yeah, I can believe it.
So, as previously mentioned, no thunderstorms. He couldn't wait for one, and his footfalls alerted the guards, and the guards sounded the alarm. And here is where Yoshie Shiratori must face his last obstacle of his third prison break. As previously noted, cold-ass ocean to the north, bear-riddled treacherous mountain to the south, and he only had a meager head start. So how would Yoshi outwit the police search parties that were already preparing to scour the Hokkaido beaches?
A Burton snowboard.
Jet ski.
Jet ski, I like that, Mike. Travis, you got an idea?
I just think that he would have been like, hold on, guys, let me get the cameras. We're going to start the first ever Ultimate Warrior. And then all the
Ninja
guards would be
Warrior?
like, yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, Ninja War. Wait, what?
Ninja,
Ultimate
no,
Warrior?
what's the one? The
Ninja
fucking
Warrior.
Ninja Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior is a man who likes steroids.
Yeah, right. Ninja Warrior.
Yeah. The answer was incredibly simple, but stupidly incredibly ambitious. Yoshi actually had the balls to gamble the mountain escape. He's like, fuck it. Like, I'll take my chances with the bears. Those guys don't have rifles.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Imagine going to the ocean. Like, what other options do you have? You know?
you just get hypothermia and die. If you stayed on the beaches, he'd just be picked up by the search party. So he's just like, I'm choosing the less trigger happy of the two evils and taking my chances with the fucking bears in the mountain.
Yeah, go to the mountains. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yep.
We
But,
all
like, that's
seen
the
The
thing,
Revenant. It's not that hard.
Oh, oof. He's so brave for eating not meat.
Yeah.
So, yes, Yoshi made a break for the mountain as he hurriedly fled Abashiri prison. And this makes the last phase of Yoshi's escape, making him eke out a sustainable lifestyle in the mountains until the heat dies down.
Oh,
This guy is
sweet.
committed to the escape. He's like, I'll fucking take my chances with the bears indefinitely just so I don't go back to this fucking prison.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Bears make good soup, too. Not as salty.
Cody, I know
Yeah.
you said he's stupid and all, but you haven't really said anything bad about him.
Yeah.
he trusts police officers because he lets them take a shit.
Okay, fair enough. That's one stupid
It's gonna
move. But
reoccur.
Who
They're
hasn't made a
friends.
stupid move? My entire life is stupid moves. When does this guy do something really bad, though? Like, what do we
We'll
all
get to
hate?
it.
We hate
We'll get to it.
pedophiles. Is he a pedophile?
He's not a pedophile.
All right. Well, I mean, is he a raper?
Why do we keep saying raper? This is weird to me. Like,
No, he's a
Rapist.
raper. He's a
He's
raper.
a rapist.
he's a
I don't think.
SoundCloud raper.
Well, the idea of rape is not funny, but rapers are more dangerous than rapists because rapists go to jail. Rapists, they get to jail. Rapers, they're actively doing it.
Wait, so are you telling me he's gonna like Bear Grylls some bear shit into his mouth now?
He might be drinking his own piss for a while.
Oh,
But I want to take a quick detour
Mountain Dew.
before. Yeah, I want to take a quick detour before we get to Yoshie Shiratori, Mountain Hermit. Some people might be like wondering, like, how can one guy Spider-Man up walls, Hulk out of handcuffs, and Mr. Fantastic through a prison door? What are the odds of one random guy having all these traits? And the answer is nearly zero. But the thing is, Yoshi isn't a random guy. Like, this unique skill set is the shit that got him in prison in the first place. To be honest, an escapology skill set is a burglary skill set, just in reverse. So
yeah, you getting in,
he
dog.
learned that-
You ain't getting out of it.
yeah, throughout his childhood training was burglary, getting into
okay.
secure places. All he was doing is reversing the process to get out of prison. So, he had an entire childhood of learning how to squeeze, climb, and force his way through security measures.
Yeah, this isn't exactly a guy being put in prison for tax evasion.
Yeah, that guy would stay in prison.
Yeah, because he's probably just Wesley Snipes.
Or a DMX.
Yeah. We're dealing
guys
with a
are-
regular.
they're-
We're dealing with a regular.
They're in
old
great shape,
pinkered
but they have
panther.
very little practical application practice.
Yes. So it's not like he's a Japanese guy can just do this. A random Japanese guy. No, he's like
He's
an
a skilled
Olympic
burglar.
Olympic athlete at burglaring. Is that the right
Okay, so he's got
adjective?
the skills for it.
Verb? Yeah, he's got the skills, and he's using the same skills to get out of places where he used to get into places. So it's just
Okay,
not
okay.
entirely like fucking.
Yeah,
Not
but
an angel.
all right, Cody.
Yeah,
But when
dirty
did he?
pass.
When did he need to use soup to get into one of his burglaries?
I don't know.
I think he
Rob
might be.
Panera bread.
He was actually thinking of his times breaking into Panera.
Yes.
Very salty soup there.
We got Yoshie roughing it on the Hokkaido mountains. Now, with a small smidgen of good fortune, Yoshie discovers an abandoned mine shaft, which he scavenges for clothing and basic supplies. As for his diet, Yoshie would live off of nuts, berries, wild hair, and crab from the mountain streams.
Nothing like wild hair.
That doesn't sound bad.
That sounds great,
Well,
dude. I want crab.
Yeah, he's got a fucking mixed grill and appetizers. He's got seafood and rabbit.
He's fine.
He's
He's got it all.
Turf.
The man's got it all.
Surf and turf.
He's surfed and he's turfed.
And he's got nuts.
And he's
berries.
nutting.
So
That's all
Believe it
you
or
gotta
not-
do. You just have to eat. That's the secret of life. Secret mystery of happiness. Surf and turf and
What,
nut.
eating nuts?
No, while you're nutting.
protein.
Yo, is this a steak or a shrimp? I don't know. I don't care. I'm nutting.
If it's both, if you have a mixed grill in front of you, you could probably come it indefinitely.
Yeah.
It's just there's so much protein. It's not ending.
Wow.
Don't stop, won't stop.
Unfortunately, there's no willing ladies up here. So now I will never have children's.
There's
weird.
bears.
He's got the one daughter. I want you to remember.
There's a
that.
rock.
Oh, he has a daughter? Wait, I missed that. Probably
Yeah,
because
I think you were trying to frame yourself sitting in your drinking horn.
Yes,
while I
I
was going over that.
There was a period of time in this podcast where I wasn't paying attention. So thank you for reminding me.
He's got a wife and he's got a very young daughter before he gets thrown in prison.
Thank you and sorry. Both of those.
He's got crab, he's got rabbit, he's got berries, he's got nuts. Yoshie
chilling.
would sustain himself for an entire 2 years this way.
What?
Just being a gross Grizzly Adams, living out of a mine shaft, eating whatever he could.
Have you ever seen that thing? It was like a reality TV show in Japan where that guy lived in a room for like 2 years.
Oh, yeah, that got eggplant, right?
I buy it.
Yeah, like that just kind of like this guy. Because didn't you say he was up there to wait until spring? Like, is this? Why didn't he just leave?
Well, he's got to wait till the heat dies down. He wants to wait on this mountain because they're expecting him to be around the perimeter of the mountain.
Yes.
They're waiting for him, and he's waiting
kind of
to
waiting
give
for
a
him to come
solution
back.
that he's dead on the mountain.
Yes, the guards are kind of like, he's going to discover there's bears up in that shit and come right back down in like a week maybe. So like the guards are kind of just like it's not
They're posted
smoking
up,
him
waiting
out.
around
They're
for
trying
him.
to like wild brown bear him out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he's riding around on a bear. Like, I'm good.
Yeah,
I got.
He actually
Yeah.
did learn to get crabs by spying on bears. He's just like, oh, I go in this place and then, swat them out of the stream and then, crack them open and eat them. So he learned that from watching
smart
local
boy.
wildlife.
The things we can learn from nature.
Nature
So-
man over here.
Yeah.
Yoshie spends an entire 2 years just being Grizzly Adams, a Japanese Grizzly Adams. And then come 1946, Yoshie makes his way down the mountain hoping the manhunt for him had died down. Fortunately for Yoshie, that was exactly the case. The Japanese government officials were just a tad too preoccupied with recent events going down that they could not pursue Yoshie.
Yeah, we
Right,
fucking
right.
him up.
Yes.
Right. Well, out
You
of
have not
nowhere,
pieced
this giant gay airplane comes over and bombs the shit out of them.
Yes. If you haven't pieced the timeline together yet, Yoshie had missed a lot in the 2 years he chose to go into hiding.
Yeah,
Yoshie
and
missed,
that wasn't a gay joke. That was an Enola gay joke. That's a real history cut.
He's
So,
doing it.
Yeah, it's for you
we're
historians
tolerant.
out
We are
there.
tolerant. I know we get
Tom,
the
with
I know
the
we get
high-hanging fruit.
yeah.
Just
Dude,
this episode, high-hanging fruit.
I'm a battery operated Casio cumbot. I am fully calculated to
Nice to meet you.
get it out of you.
Is that what
We are the
Casio?
premium in your
Is that
gas
what
tank.
Casio's up to nowadays? Making cumbots?
Yeah, well, that's what Casio doesn't tell you about because you're
Yeah.
not in that tax bracket.
Oh, what? Tom, don't
Yeah.
you dare not call me a giraffe of eating fruit on top of trees. Because I got
Look,
a
dude, and
long neck. I can reach all them apples at the top, dog.
I'm not in that tax bracket either, Travis, but I work more events.
Yeah, he goes to conventions.
Don't you know that asparagus doesn't grow on trees? Simple as that.
Doesn't?
If you actually let it
grow.
grow for longer, it turns into a fucking elephant dick.
Yoshie had missed the memo regarding the Japanese defeats at Iwo Jima, Okinawa, the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And he missed the fucking surrender of Imperial Japan. He picked, like, the worst 2 years to be out of the loop.
Yeah, a lot happened over there.
Yeah.
Shit ton happened. So when he reached civilization finally for the first time after 2 years, the writing was on the wall. However, Yoshie couldn't read it because it was fucking English. Cities had English advertisements, and American GIs, previous mortal enemies are just there eating fucking sushi on like a fucking bistro and slurping ramen with, his countrymen.
Coming up on my mountain territory with them big ol' eyes and them tall bodies. What the fuck's happening here? That's disgusting.
Pristine Japanese accent coming from Tom right now.
Yeah. If you want to learn more about this time period, just go back to that Douglas MacArthur episode we did when he was basically the Emperor of Japan.
Fucking while ago, man.
What?
Oh, yeah. That's a long one. We probably weren't even good at podcasting then.
No, it's probably
No.
terrible. Don't listen to it.
We're probably not good now, but you're here, so might as well.
At least we don't do 25-minute episodes now. So, Mike, I want you to fucking imagine you go out on a fucking like stout ass camping trip,
Yeah.
and then your government's just overthrown. Like you come back and like I don't know, the
Everyone
Russians
go.
have taken over. Like the people are still there, but it's just like
Okay.
imagine like the Russians are president now.
Yeah, but those are the dumb fucks who put you in jail. So you're like,
he's not too
you mean the
heartbroken.
governing body has no more records anymore because they've all been blown sky high, and I'm just
Yes.
a mountain man who could start clean?
Exactly.
Good thing all the prisoner records were kept in Nagasaki. I'm off the hook.
Yeah, very good. So after getting over this fucking culture shock, Yoshie realized he's virtually a free man. No one gives a shit about him anymore, Mike. He's like, oh, they forgot because like
Lucked out.
everything is different now and weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
ain't
crazy,
nobody.
I'm surprised they even cared when they were fighting the war. Like, don't you have enough
Yeah,
shit
me
to do
too,
to
yeah.
worry about this like guy?
Yeah,
You gotta
but
keep
maybe-
people busy, man. You gotta keep people busy.
Yeah.
You know,
They
it's just
go
like,
stir
well, you're not-
crazy in their fucking homes if they're
Got
told to
something to
stay
do.
there for too long.
Right, exactly. All these prison guards and wardens and stuff, they're not trained up to be soldiers. So just keep them busy.
Slap
Guys,
them around.
put him in, make sure he doesn't go. Okay, and then, of course, everyone fails at their job every now and then. It's a normal thing. He went. He had gone.
Hanging out with the bears.
Dude, the go.
Yeah.
So
I like this guy.
he realized he's a virtually free man at this point, and he's just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go find my family now." And he hoofed it on foot to the city of Sapporo, yes, the beer brand,
Hell
for
yeah.
50 days. So just fucking 50-day fucking hike, Mike.
Sheesh. It's a long fucking walk.
And that's not even his home city. His home city is called Amori. That's still a ways off, but he's like, checkpoint is going to be Sapporo
First
City.
stop. Yeah.
50 days on foot.
Not to sound racist, but if you are doing that, like as I am, I'm sure a lot of our listeners might be doing the imagining a montage of his journey. The Me Channel music, not so bad. Perfect way to fucking pass the time.
Yeah.
Time melts, man.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we've been podcasting for 8 hours now. Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, it's too long.
Your boy Yoshie, 50-day on-foot trek to Sapporo City. Just before he reached this city, Yoshie found himself famished. Yoshie tried to satiate his rumbly tummy by scavenging from a tended field. As it turns out, this was a horribly bad idea, as Yoshie had earned the undivided attention of an irate knife-wielding farmer.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, amidst
Probably
the
knows
ensuing-
jujitsu.
or some kind of crazy Asianese martial arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some hidden technique.
Tai Chi.
Whatever he knew, that's not a combat form. Whatever the martial art Yoshie knew, amidst the ensuing skirmish, the farmer lost control of the knife and was stabbed in the gut.
Ooh.
Now-
reversal.
Wait, Yoshi stabbed him?
Unless some farmer stabbed himself or it was just an accident
tripped.
when you're wrestling.
I've stabbed myself before.
But they tangled up and the farmer got stabbed in the gut. Now, history ain't too sure how much at fault Yoshie was for the stabbing, as the only witness was Yoshie, the perpetrator. So the farmer was able to limp off to receive some medical treatment. He tipped off the authorities. The farmer told the police there was a violent thieving vagabond that had stabbed him. Shortly after this, the farmer fucking died of blood loss, and the police apprehended a blood-soaked Yoshie soon afterwards.
Oh, so now he's a real murderer.
Yes, so Yoshie's in hot trubs. He's
cool up until then.
actually a murderer now.
This is what the prison system does. It turns innocent people and escape artists into murderers.
Yeah, and this is why you don't bring a knife to a Yoshi fight.
Very good.
Yeah.
And while being held, the authorities put two and two together and realized they in fact had the elusive expert escapologist Yoshie Shiratori in their custody. Not that it mattered too much at this point, because it's like, oh, you killed a dude. Doesn't matter if you're an escapee. You killed a dude. And, you know, with the Japanese loss of World War II specific theater, fate had issued Yoshie a virtual get-out-of-free jail card, and Yoshie blew it all for a fucking tomato.
Had to go to the farm, man.
Like,
couldn't just wait it out.
No, he's like, ooh.
He was a specialist in getting out, not staying out. That's the theme.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, now I'm
Blew it all
seeing
for
your
fucking
point.
tomato.
I'm seeing your point, Cody. He's kind of stupid.
Nope, not,
it's
not
Like the
smart.
guy was just eating crabs and fucking like shit that he found on like moss. Like, just go eat some more moss, and then you know, don't stab a farmer
for his family.
Yeah.
Go eat an acorn sticking out of moss. So he had a get out of jail free card, and he fucking blew it. I mean, when's the next time Japan's gonna get fucking nuked in the middle of a world conflict?
Watch Akira. You'll know.
There you go. So
Yeah.
Yoshie Shiratori was sentenced to death in 1947, and he was sent to Sapporo prison to await his execution. The prison assigned 6 armed guards to provide 24/7 eyes-on surveillance, along with the provision of scheduled beatings. So, yay, this life again.
Damn, it sucks.
I know this sounds really cruel. Well, why don't they just crack his kneecaps? Like, make him handicapped, and then you could reduce the payment on 6 guards to no guards because he doesn't have functioning legs.
Yeah.
And you're going to kill him.
Anyway, so just
Inhumane.
cap
Yeah,
him.
just give him a little snip of the Achilles tendon. You're done.
It seems like there's so many resources being put into it, and they're fucking sadistic anyway. Like, why not just bring it to that level?
Monstrous and logical. Very, very, very good. Thanks for bringing that to the table, Tom.
Yeah, call me if you want me to shit on your grandma.
Yeah. Tom's out there coughing on the elderly right now. It's like, what do you contribute?
Here's a can of bullshit I personally canned myself. Dig right in, grandma.
So 24/7 eyes on with half a dozen guards. Also, we're back at the scheduled beatings. His custom cell was similar to that of Abashiri prison, all metal construction. However, the ration slot, the viewport, and the window were all made smaller than his skull. So,
You could break a lot of more bones.
can't dislocate your skull now, can you?
Well, you could.
No, you can't.
I'm
Stopping you there, Mike.
You try.
I don't know, just call
Start squeezing your
Beetlejuice
head
up a couple
through.
times, get that tiny head. You know?
There you go.
Maybe-
Beetlejuice. Give me that tiny head, Winona Ryder.
Yeah, also, maybe he wasn't like fully a man. He was like a baby. They have squishy heads. You got a baby
Yeah,
slip
yeah.
right through like a little squid.
Just a baby murderer.
Give me that too.
Yeah.
So, how
Yeah,
would
like Andy
the
Milnock's
infamous...
disease.
Oh, yeah, that. So, how would the infamous Yoshie engineer an escape this time? He would use the prison cell itself as an escape tool. So, the prison administration made their first mistake when they're just like, oh, the 6 guards and the cell, upgraded cell is enough. We don't need to have him fucking handcuffed. You always want to have Yoshie handcuffed.
Yeah.
They're too confident. So he was on handcuffed, and the thing about having like 6 people always look at you is they kind of need to step back if there's fucking 6 of them. You know what I mean? Like, they're all not going to like huddle around like the viewport that's smaller than Yoshi's skull. You know what I mean? There's not enough room for them to be that close, so they had to kind of step back to the hallway to all look at them, so all 6 of them could be looking at Yoshi simultaneously. And that gave Yoshi the fucking room he needed to work his magic.
That's also the worst job ever, to be one of those guys looking.
Yeah.
Sir, you've got the job. You're going to be a guard at this prison, and you'll be specializing at looking at this man.
With 5 other dudes.
Well, that's like a glory hole attendant. How's the hole looking? Yeah. Is there anything on the other side? All right, I think you're ready. Step right up, sir.
Right this way. So
let me help you escape all that semen from your body.
So it's one of those things where it was unintuitive. Yes, it seems like it was a great idea, like hiring 6 guys and fucking not cuffing him and having his viewport smaller. But when you like made the viewport smaller, you gave him more blind spots in his fucking prison cell to work with. And Yoshi started his escape prep by testing the ceiling's integrity in full view of the guards. He would shake and rattle the supports of the ceiling, try and find like a loose nut or something he could like wrench on with his fingers, but nothing was loose. And he let the guards see that he was not succeeding on that front. So like he would intentionally struggle and fail at the ceiling. And this was all to divert the suspicion away from the floor through which Yoshi would be sneaking out of. So he's throwing the diversion to the ceiling, and, if the prison viewport is only the size of his fucking skull and smaller, they were just kind of looking into making sure that he wasn't monkeying around the fucking ceiling. When in reality, he was in his bed, in his bedding, you know what I mean? He's a fucking Japanese prisoner in the 1940s. He wasn't given a bed. He was given a futon, a Japanese futon.
Did they get a Casper?
Yoshi... No Casper, right. No purples for Yoshi. So Yoshi fucking cut a hole in the bottom of his futon, aka, sleeping bag, so he could get access to the fucking flooring. He smuggled in cutlery. So he got like a fucking chopstick and a fork or something, and he cuts a hole through his fucking, think of it as a sleeping bag, gets access to the floor, starts prying up the floorboards until he finds a nice piece of sheet metal, and he uses that piece of sheet metal as a makeshift saw to cut out a fucking man-sized hole in the rest of the floor.
Wow.
And at this
cement floors, Japanese people.
Yeah. And he would cut through the hole, and he would also start conditioning the guards by sleeping in very late, well past the mandatory, prison wake-up. And the guards at first were okay with this because they just like, hey, the guy's not jailbreaking if he's in bed.
Right.
Surprise, that's exactly what Yoshi was doing.
Probably just looks like his arms going back and forth while he's laying down.
Yeah, I was like, is that guy masturbating?
Jerking off for 12 hours.
Damn, Yoshi's really cranking it out.
I imagine that's all you really do in jail, right?
I don't know.
I mean, if I went to jail, I'd probably be killed.
I'd probably be in a gang.
Would you be
prison tier, Mike?
Would you join the Black Panthers or the white supremacists, Mike? Because you're mixed race. You can go with either side.
I'll go with Black Panthers.
Yeah. A lot more culture.
Yes,
less
culture
Mountain Dew.
I'll make my own gang.
The Mikes are right, boys.
Yes, leave them alone. So there you go. Yoshi would saw through his floor, getting to the dirt, and then he would use a rice bowl to dig his way to freedom.
Damn.
You would, scoop up a little bit every night, and then return to his cell every morning, cover up the hole with his futon bedding, and pretend he was just sleeping the entire time. And he would rinse and repeat until he finally tunneled his way to freedom.
How long did it take him?
Months. Years, months, and
sheesh.
He conditioned the guards by sleeping past the mandatory, wake up time, and the faithful day where the guards, notice like, wow, this guy's sleeping in till fucking like 2, and they, go in and check on him. Yoshi had already flown the coop, and he resorted to his old floorboard decoy trick again, fooling his 6 armed guards.
Oh,
yeah,
this motherfucker's slick.
Amazing.
So the year was 1948, and Yoshi enjoyed an entire year of freedom this time. Until one day, an unsuspecting beat cop approached Yoshie and just struck up a innocuous conversation with him. No idea that this man is, twice convicted of murder and burglar and escape artist. This is literally serendipity.
So these guys came over here, they bombed us. Turns out they're not as bad. They're kind of fat, but, they got this guy Elvis. He's singing and bopping around, and all the ladies love him, man. I think I kind of like him, too. Have you ever thought about sucking off a man?
That's an average conversation with a Japanese cop.
Very period appropriate conversation. Yeah. You don't know otherwise. We're doing the podcasting.
Yeah.
The Academy.
A bit early for Elvis, but I went with something.
It's fine. Perfectly accurate. So, if Yoshie just got up and turned tail, the cop would just chase him down. Like, whoa, why'd you run away? You know what I mean? So Yoshie had to kind of play it smooth and be like, yes, weather is nice today, sir. And, he's forced to shoot the shit with this unsuspecting cop. However, midway through this conversation, the officer lit a cigarette and, unprompted, offered one to Yoshie, too. So I was just like, oh, enjoy this smoke and a conversation. And it's good. At this time, cigarettes in Japan were considered a luxury item, making this a very, very, very powerful and kind gesture.
What a nice boy.
Yoshie, yeah, it's nice, especially if they're luxury items. Yoshie took his cigarette graciously and, in return, offered up his legendary life story to the officer.
Oh, no.
He told of the robbery, the murders, the multiple prison escapes.
Why?
Just for, again, like a cool anime moment, like the anti-hero opening up to an unlikely confidant just because of a very kind and honest gesture.
Just go find your wife and kid, dude. You're fucking an idiot.
Very good, Mike.
Jesus.
So, dumbass Yoshie was instantly arrested on the spot and shipped to Fuchu prison.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. What do you think was going to happen?
Wait, did you say choo-choo prison? Like it's on a train?
Fuchu.
Choo-choo!
Fuchu Penitentiary.
It's a prison.
A prison from which our boy Yoshie Shiratori would in fact not be escaping from.
Damn.
Oh my
And
God.
you might be wondering what was different about Fuchu Penitentiary. As it turns out, Fuchu Penitentiary employs very specially trained prison guards. Prison guards that could actually refrain from beating the shit out of their inmates. Yoshie finally had non-abusive handlers and a climate-controlled cell that came with sufficient rations. And as previously admitted, Yoshie only broke out of prisons to flee the rampant police brutality. He was totally okay with a confined lifestyle. He fucking chose to spend an entire 2 years in a mine shaft on the side of a mountain, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So he got one of those Scandinavian jails?
Jeez.
He got one of those. Fuchu was a Japanese Scandinavian type jail.
Right. So he's getting free meatballs every day. He's like,
He's probably getting more rice than food.
they give him some IKEA furniture, and they're like, put it together.
Like Gundam?
Yeah,
Put it together, take it apart for entertainment, put it back together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There you go.
Gundam mobile suit.
Is he going to get out of here with that? No, he's fine. He's happy. Just don't beat him. In late 1947, the High Court was benevolent to Yoshie, surprisingly. They accepted his initial murder was a frame job, and they even regarded the death of a farmer as a case of self-defense. Yoshie was still on the hook for multiple robberies, and he had broken out of Aomori, Akita, Abashiri, and Sapporo prisons, but through all 4 prison breaks, he never inflicted bodily harm onto any of the prison personnel. So it's just like, he gets out, but he's not holding people hostage, he's not threatening to shank a warden.
Yeah, he's not trying to kill anyone.
Right.
And additionally, because Yoshie's most dumbass arrest was seen as a voluntary turning himself in for, a cigarette, Yoshie's death sentence was mitigated from, getting hanged to 20 years behind bars. To be served
How
out
old is he at this point?
To be served out in a nice Kushi, Tokyo prison. Yoshie's in his 40s at this point, early 40s. I want to say 41.
So he might even see some freeds.
Yeah. And guess what? After being a
60s,
model...
right?
I just said 40s, man.
Yeah, so he'd probably be in his 60s when he gets out, right?
If he served the entirety of the 20 years. However, because he was a model prison, he was pardoned after just 13, shaving off the last 7 years. So
just in time to collect Social Security.
There you go. This was America.
Get in shape. Do some push-ups in jail.
There you go. So for the first time in the better part of 3 decades, Yoshie is an honest-to-goodness free man. And he's just like sitting there like, wow, this is what it's like.
Yeah, I'm a free bird. Yeah, I'll spread my Asian wings.
So Yoshie returned to his hometown of Aomori, where he prepared to explain to his wife where he was for the last 30 years.
I'm sure she doesn't give a shit at this point.
She absolutely did not, because unfortunately she passed away during all of Yoshie's adventures.
Too much rough sex with strangers.
Yeah. Oh.
I do son.
So, oh no. Yoshie managed to track down his daughter, but unfortunately she had no words for him as, he was in jail, and that was dishonorable to the family. So
yeah, what was she doing? She's probably
rough.
working at Disney World or some shit. Your dad's hanging out with bears and eating crabs out of a river. This is an important man. What do you do with your life?
Yeah.
What do you do with your life? Playing pachinko all day, you idiot.
Delicious raises. Thank you,
No,
Travis.
but they do. I have a pachinko machine right over here. See? And that's what I play when I'm bored.
Oh my God, he's not lying.
Wow.
Yes, people at home, Travis has revealed a pachinko machine in the corner of his apartment.
And I like
How about
him less
that?
somehow.
That's weird. And
Yeah, me too.
I'm cruising about nominal standard Travis liking deviations right now. So, his daughter turned the back on him. She's like, I don't even know you anymore. Japanese stigma with a family member being in prison.
It's harsh.
Yeah.
Right.
The biography of Yoshie Shiratori is personally tragic, yet a triumph for the state of Japan's penal system. Yoshi's dogged escape illustrated the gravity of rampant abuse in the system. The man was willing to dislocate his shoulder, saw a fucking hole through a prison-reinforced cell, and take his chances with flesh-hungry bears rather than suffer the unchecked police brutality of the system at the time. So they were just like, oh, it's bad out there if this guy's willing to do all that shit.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. So because of Yoshie, a slew of prison reforms were enforced, ensuring the humane treatment and adequate living conditions of all future inmates. Yoshie Shiratori wandered the metropolitan areas of Japan, sustaining himself by working a mixture of odd jobs and construction, and I personally theorize at this point Yoshie had a girlfriend of some sort during these times, as we'll see a little bit of evidence mentioned shortly. Now, ask me how he did.
How did he escape from life?
Oh, how did he escape his mortal coil? Very good, Travis. At the very ripe age of 71, Yoshie Shiratori died from a massive heart attack in 1979. He was cremated. Before his ashes were defaulted to the state, a woman who refused to provide her name claimed said ashes and laid Yoshie to rest, hence the earlier girlfriend theory.
He died 10 years too
I
late.
missed the 80s.
It was Ash Janice, the woman who collects ashes.
Yeah. I'm thinking that's his girlfriend now. She's like, oh shit, let me grab his ashes and
Let me throw this shit out.
dust him on a sushi roll.
Yeah, no, let me grab those ashes, put it in some hot water, and start spitting on metal.
The spirit of Yoshie Shiratori.
It's a different
In his
type
honor.
of dude soup.
Yes. And in the 80s, Abashi Prison, the fucking chilly worst of it, prison that Yoshie visited, closed down in small part due to the reforms brought on by our boy Yoshie. The frigid climate was presumably deemed too inhumane to continue operating as a prison. Today, it stands as Abashiri Prison Museum. And to pay respect to Yoshie himself, a statue has been erected in his honor. However, it is not as dignified as Yoshie may have wished. It depicts an almost naked Yoshie Shiratori going nearly spread eagle to find proper footing to climb the prison rafters towards the broken skylight he had used as an exit.
Excellent.
Who wants to see
I want to
it?
see Yoshi's
I want to
tank.
see it. Oh, he looks like a badass. What do you mean?
The fuck?
Hey,
Yeah, but if you want to be memorized, Mike, do you want to be in a
It's like
loincloth?
Spider-Man. Or like Tarzan.
he ca-
Yeah, but it's like
It's like Tarzan climbing out of a mall.
I think he looks kind of creepy. He's like kind of too long. Like he kind of looks like he's like
a lizard
man.
He just squeezed through a tiny hole.
This would be a feature of a Russian millionaire's knockoff Rainforest Cafe. He also happens to be very racist.
Jesus.
This is what would be inside, and you'd be staring up at while you're eating your chicken nuggets shaped like Chinese prisoners.
Yes. And some people might be wondering, why is Yoshie naked as he's making this jailbreak? Well, it's because he folded up his uniform in that nice little fuck you to the prison guards, if you can remember that.
Yeah.
So there you have him, Yoshie Shiratori, burglar turned 4-time escape artist and catalyst of Japanese penal reform. Legendary levels of dexterity, flexibility, strength, patience, and resilience, but also a all-around dumbass.
Yeah, this guy gets a thumbs up from me too, even though he did a few big oopsies.
Yeah, don't kill the farmer for a tomato. This podcast doesn't condone the fugitive lifestyle, but if any of the ninnies at home decided to go rogue from the law, don't trustingly fraternize with a police officer just because they let you shit in their bathroom or offer you a cigarette.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Yoshie.
Don't trust anyone when you're taking a shit, but thank you, Cody.
Last words.
Yeah, great words there. Cody,
Yes,
thank you very much.
no
for
problem.
bringing in Yoshie.
Yeah, thanks,
Can you say his
Cody.
full name again? I'll never remember this because I'm a terrible man.
Yoshie Shiratori.
Yoshie Shiratori. First and only
Shiratori.
time I'm saying it.
I think that we can all agree. Pretty premium dude.
He was awesome.
He's awesome.
Yeah, this is
Bit of
cool.
a
This
dumbass.
is a nice change of pace here.
I like doing Escape Boys. I did Al Capone earlier.
He's like Houdini.
Yeah, but he's cooler in
Like
Japanese.
a better Houdini. Yeah.
Who done it?
How many
Who done did this?
bears do you think he had to actually like touch? Like
3.
get close to? 3?
Some of these stories were saying he was wearing a kill, like he was wearing bear-skinned like coveralls. But I found that like too folkloric. Like, he probably
Maybe he fell in love with a bear.
and
Yeah.
had tiny bear cubs.
Maybe he was wishing
Yeah.
that man and bear could have children, and he just wouldn't leave the mountain.
I was thinking
I
that,
call them
yeah.
bearlings.
Or become one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like normal humans, but their hands are all stubby and hairy.
I just
Well,
like how like
useless.
90 minutes of like this engaging podcast just boils down to bear bestiality.
Yeah.
It's a great send-off way to say goodbye to the people at home.
And soup spitting. That's an important skill that
Good-
everyone should
good
develop.
takeaway.
Put it on your
Ooh,
LinkedIn.
Yeah, soup spitting.
I'll personally go find your LinkedIn and like recommend you for soup spitting if you put it on,
I'm going to practice that tomorrow.
on your skills.
Mike, you need to make a LinkedIn in order to update your LinkedIn.
Update my soup resume.
All right, so that's it. That's Soup Man's journey out of prison and back into prison several times. You've heard it here first.
Yeah,
this is
man.
probably the first time. If you heard it somewhere else,
And he made Kobayashi.
whatever.
don't
But this is the
forget
first
him.
time you heard about Yoshie.
Yeah, I want to have hot dog stew now. I don't want to talk to you guys anymore.
Yeah, I want a hot dog right now.
Yep. All right. So speaking of hot dogs, I'm gonna go eat a hot dog. Guys, thank you for listening. Patreon.com/roastmortemcast. All the other shit, we've said it before. It doesn't matter. None of it matters.
Just go Google us or something. But don't believe the fucking Hot Topic links. That's not us.
Looking for a Ballparks Frank's hot dog
Oh, they
sponsorship
plump when you cook
too.
them. Look at that.
Yeah, you can find me on
Yeah.
Craigslist Personals looking for hot dogs that are dirty.
Man seeks dirty hot dog and spat soup.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
All right, bye.
He's a dog
Thank you.
catcher. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.